Yeah, Dorian. I guess it's the first time we've had a chance to talk to you since last year. What exactly happened last year, and what's been the recovery process for you since you went down? I guess it's been about a year now.
Basically, I had a bruised artery. Not too major, but the recovery process, I mean, it's been really good. My trainers have made it really easy for me, getting back adjusting. The coaches have been very understanding, but it's been really good.
Appreciate it.
Uh,
Hey, Dorian. Hey, it's good to see you. Glad you're back out there. How much rust, I guess, did you have to knock off, and how you feel now compared to say a year ago before you got injured?
well, I had to get back used to it. It's been a little while, but as far as getting in shape wise, I mean, the strength staff did a really good job of getting me back. I stopped working out for a little minute, but I really was working out like, with the athletic trainers and stuff, so it took a little minute, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Hey, Dorian, how you doing? So I always have weight questions, but you came in at about the weight you are now. You dropped down to about 260 last year, and now you're listed at 288 on the roster. Is that something that you planned on, or is that an accurate weight? You look
288?
That's what it says. 6'3",
I'm like
288.
260, 65. I'm not 288. I don't know where that.
That's the size that you wanted to be at last year.
Yeah, I want to be. I like my weight now. So around 260, 265 is where I want to be at. That's where, and I think the coaching staff, they want me to be where about the heaviest that I can play fast at. So I'm doing pretty good at 265.
Thanks, Dorian.
Nate?
Dorian, was there ever any point where you thought your career was over with this injury that you had last year?
No. In the beginning, right when it happened, I thought it was, but the doctors and everything came in and they told me it's not a career-ending, type of injury. I just had to be out because I was on blood thinners.
So you weren't discouraged? I mean, you stayed with it?
Yes, sir.
Never discouraged? Thank you.
Hey, Dorian, good to see you back, man. So Coach Sam talked to us recently and said that you're the kind of guy who could be a leader of men, and I'm wondering what you feel like your role is going to be, and then to the extent you can tell us what you've seen out of Julius Coates, Jonathan Marshall, Xavier, because there's going to be a lot of new guys on that front.
I mean, I love the new guys we got, the additional guys we got. Julius, he's a freak. Jay Marsh, we all know he's been a freak, and it's starting to really come together for him. And Xavier, I mean, he's huge and he's really good too. He's really quick twitched to say he's such a big guy. I really like our D-line. I really love it.
And your role, like, do you feel like you need to be more of a leader, more vocal this year?
I mean, that's what they put on me. They told me they wanted me to lead a little more vocally because I'm never the guy. I never was the guy to lead vocally. I always try to live by example because speaking just never was me. But yeah, I think I got to be more of a vocal leader this year for the team because I mean I am a senior.
Nikki?
Hey, Dorian, you're the first senior we've talked to since the NCAA decided on Friday that all fall student athletes will get an extra year of eligibility. So how do you feel about that extra year? I know that you probably want to be out of here in 1 year, but how does it feel knowing that you have that extra time if you need it, especially since you missed last season?
I mean, this is cool. I didn't even know that. Honestly, I didn't even know about coming. You the first person I didn't know. I heard about it, but I mean, I don't want to come back. I mean, if need be, but that's not the plan because I know the incoming freshmen, high school guys, they need a shot too. So, I don't plan on coming back.
Scotty?
Hey, Dorian, I wondered if you could expand a little bit just on Xavier Kelly, what he brings to the D-line group.
Size, for one. Last year, D-tackle wise, I'm not saying we were small, but Xavier, him and John Marsh, they're huge. You know what I mean? They're huge, and Xavier, they say he's like that big. He's quick, and he's fundamentally sound. He knows exactly what he's doing. So that's what he brings to the table. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it, when to do it, and he's a leader as well. I look to him for answers too.
Everyone. You're on mute, Mike. Okay, you hear me now? Okay. When you look at better SEC defenses, the one thing they all have in common is they disrupt. They're in the backfield, they're harassing quarterbacks, they're thrown for losses, things like that. What does this defense have to do to be able to reach that level where you're really causing huge issues for other quarterbacks and maybe getting, knocking running backs down in the backfield?
Just keep better and keep getting better and keep taking the coaching. I mean, the coaches have done a really good job of coming in and coaching us up and, setting the expectation of what we want and what we need. And I think we're on the right track for that. So I just think we just need to keep listening to coaching and keep getting better every day.
All right, we'll work our way back around here. So if you've got questions, let me know in the chat. Bob?
Hey, Dorian, you obviously got to watch, the offensive line last year in games and practices, and you're going against them now. Well, there's a lot of experience back there. Kind of what's your take on that group as a whole, the offensive line? What have you seen from them so far?
Well, last year I didn't really get the experience, seeing both sides of the offensive line. But this year they got me moving around a lot because of defense, and they're good. Myron definitely stands out to me. I never got an opportunity to go against Myron last year, and Myron's the standout to me in my eyes. I think he's a big anchor on the offensive line.
What is it about the line that impresses you, and is there anybody else standing out to you?
I mean, they just keep getting better every day. Every day we come out, they get better. They challenge us every single day. And like I said, I wasn't around a lot last year to know how the practices went, but I definitely know this year. I mean, they're a lot tougher, a lot more physical. They're stronger. Everyone's bigger. I think it's going to be a big difference.
Hi.
Yeah, Dorian, you brought up coaching. Derek LeBlanc had a high success with defensive linemen at Kentucky, particularly Josh Allen. What have you learned from him just early on, and what kind of impact do you think he's going to have on you guys this upcoming season?
No knock to anyone last year, but it's a lot more technical now. It's a lot more details, a lot more specific. Everything is a lot more is attention to detail, like small things, feet work, everything. I mean, I think Coach LeBlanc is a great job of coaching us. I didn't personally get this much coaching in my first 2 years here.
Trey Biddy?
Dorian, how scary was it for you? I know obviously having the artery issue, but you came in, you said you were overweight and late also, maybe even a day late when you first arrived. And then last year you had the first game incident, and then this COVID stuff pops up and you might lose a season. Like, how bad were you sweating all this? I mean, looking at 2 years not playing football.
I mean, we never really talked about this not being a season until someone told us there wasn't a season. So my hopes for the season was, I still had hope. I still got hope. I never really thought about us not having a season really. I mean, it was in the back of my mind. I didn't want to miss a season, but I never really thought about it. I just, listened to my coaches. They said we're going to play, so I thought we were going to play.
Dorian, who's some guys on the defensive front who you think might be a little surprising this year? Guys you've seen a lot of good work from. And will y'all flip ends, or how it work?
Yeah, we're very multiple on the defense. We're going to flip a lot. Like I said last year, I didn't flip sides at all. I never played on the right side until this year. We flip a lot, and stand out to me, Julius. Julius he's huge, he's fast, he's strong, he's quick twitch, he has everything. And a young guy that I really like is really super twitchy too is Jashad Stewart. He's fast. He can get off the ball.
Thanks, man.
Russell?
Dorian, how tough was it last year to have to sit and watch? And then what did that teach you? What did you learn from that time away from football?
It was real tough. That was my first injury ever in my whole life. I never even broke a bone before. So it was hard to sit out and look at my teammates play and see where I could help and couldn't help. It was tough. But I mean, it was rough. I ain't gonna lie. It was. I hated it. I hate sitting out. I didn't like sitting out at all. And I mean, but the good thing is I saw it from a different perspective. The stuff that I saw that I took hard on me, like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that. I saw it from a coach's perspective. I had two different perspectives when I was looking at the practices and stuff.
Gary Wood?
Yes. the tomorrow the pads go on. Just what's the anticipation going into padded practice to be able to hit a little bit and knock heads?
I mean, the same thing. I think our coaches do a good job. I think, you know, we need to go in with the same attitude, just get better. Full pads or no pad, get better. That's what I really think. We just need to focus on. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hotter with all the pads on, all that stuff. But if we just focus on getting better day by day, I think we'll be fine.
Last one, Bob.
Hey, Dorian, I don't doubt your, devotion and love to the game before you got hurt, but when you don't get to play for a year, does that kind of increase your love of the game and your appreciation of being able to play?
Most definitely. I mean, like I said, I've never, ever been hurt before. And just sitting out, I couldn't wait for the time I got to put pads on again. It was a little bit nerve wracking. You know, I just sitting. I sat for a whole year. This is when was it? When was the first day you put pads on? Monday? Last week? I don't know. But whenever it was the first day, it was crazy. I felt like I was playing Little League again.